I'm here with my man Ted. Teddy, young man, he's still in high school. He helps me in the kitchen. I don't know what I'd do without Ted. Ted's got it going on. While I'm doing this podcast, I'm going to start a Facebook Live. We're here on Sunday afternoon for one of our inaugural gridirons, Hutch's gridirons. So we got hot dogs, we have nachos, cheese, banging chili con carnage.
Teddy approved.
All right, I'm going to start it over again a little bit. That was a little intro to what we're doing here. Say hi, Ted.
Hello.
This is the incredible Ted. He works in the kitchen with me. He's a big brute. He's a high school fella who he's a monster. Anyway, Ted's one of my most integral cogs here in Hutch's. He's hanging out with me for a few hours. His birthday's tomorrow. He's hanging out a few hours here at Hutch's to this is our inaugural Hutch's gridiron. Now nobody's here yet. I don't expect anyone to be here, considering the Steelers game's tonight at 8. But I wanted to get things ready, and I'll give you a quick tour of what's going on. What's going on initially is Ted.
Yeah.
It's the adventures of Ted and Al. Okay. We got the big screen pumping. Surround sound. The other screen's going. Dogs. Nachos. Chili con carnage.
Oh.
All kind of goodies. We'll have a special on Bush beer, $1 a cup, dollar draft. And I'm gonna run Bush all the time. Bush. Anyway, Teddy liked that one.
Yeah.
Teddy doesn't drink, don't get me wrong.
No,
he's
not
only
at
17. His birthday's tomorrow. He doesn't drink. He drinks soda.
Soda. That's,
But he eats the hell out of my hot dogs.
Yeah. Those hot dogs, let me tell you, Albie, y'all should come down and get yourself some hot dogs and chili. It's real good food down here at Hutchins Tap Room, let me tell you.
Ted's a natural, huh? Natural shuckster.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're gonna do a podcast here. See, we're doing a football podcast at the bar. If you want to come out, have some hot dogs. We'll be doing this at 8 o'clock for the Steelers game. Have some dogs. Have some Bush. Also, we're gonna have IPA today. I'm gonna start that maybe every day. Like instead of soup du jour, we'll have brew du jour. IPA of the day. So that might, but starting today, I'm going to go through and close my eyes, blindfold myself, and be like pin the tail on the donkey. I mean, it'll be pin the tail on the pinata. That doesn't make any sense. Ted, he's my biggest fan. If I ever go on the road, Ted's going with me.
Yeah.
He's going to sit in the audience and get everyone wound up.
Yeah.
Ted's my buddy. I couldn't do it without Ted now. Let's do the handshake minus the finger. Yeah. Wonder Twin powers activate. Anyway, Steeler game today. Come on out this evening. I'm open now, but people have things to do, and I'm watching Tennessee play Cleveland. But come on out. I got two big screens, HD, surround sound, which is kicking. I just added an EQ to my system, and man, made a heck of a difference. It jams now. So we have surround sound, 2 HD, tailgate buffet, beer specials. Well, what do you need? Big screens. What else you gonna do to watch a game? Come to Hutch's. Thanks, guys. Say goodnight, Ted.
Good night, guys. Come on down. Come say hi.
Ted's a man.
Yeah.
Over and out. Sayonara. One of you stars. Save it. Share it first. Got hot dogs. We have nachos, cheese, bang and chili con carnage. Teddy approved. Alright. I'm going to start it over again a little bit. That was a little intro to what we're doing here. Say hi, Ted. Hello. This is your man, Ted.
Yeah.
He works the kitchen with me. He's a big brute. He's a high school fella who he's a monster. Anyway, Ted's one of my most integral cogs here at Hutch's. He's hanging out with me for a few hours. His birthday's tomorrow. He's hanging out a few hours here at Hutch's to it's our inaugural Hutch's Gridiron. Now, nobody's here yet, and I don't expect anyone to be here because the Steeler game's tonight at 8. But I wanted to get things ready, and I'll give you a quick tour of what's going on. What's going on initially is Ted. Yeah. It's the adventure of Ted and Al. Okay. We got the big screen pumping. Surround sound. The other screen's going. Dogs. Nachos. Chili con carnage. All kind of goodies. We'll have a special on Bush beer, $1 a cup, $1 draft. And I'm gonna run Bush all the time. Bush. Anyway, Teddy liked that one. Yeah. Teddy doesn't drink, don't get me wrong. He's only 17. His birthday's tomorrow. He doesn't drink. He drinks soda. But he eats the hell out of my hot dogs.
Yeah. Those hot dogs, let me tell you, y'all should come down and get yourself good food down here at Hutchins. I don't know why, I just hate my voice in the recording.
Oh, that sounds good. That's a natural, huh?
I just feel like my voice sounds weird when it's
Okay, well, we're gonna do a podcast.
It sounds fine to me normally, and then, like, once I hear it, like, recorded,
football podcast
like,
at the bar.
I don't know.
If you want to come out and have some hot dogs, what we're doing this 8 o'clock for the Steeler game, have some dogs,
I think we'll get people out here.
Also, we're going to have IPA today, and we'll start that maybe every day. Like instead of soup du jour, we'll have brew du jour, IPA of the day. So, that way, but starting today, I'm going to go through and close my eyes, blindfold myself, and be like pin the tail on the donkey. Pin the tail on the pinata. That doesn't make any sense. That's you laughing. He's my biggest fan. If I ever go on the road, Ted's going with me. He's gonna sit in the audience and get everyone wound up. Ted's my buddy. I couldn't do it without Ted now. Let's see what we do. Do the handshake minus the finger. Yeah. Wonder Twin powers activate. Anyway, the Steeler game today. Come on out this evening. I'm open now, but I have people have things to do and watching Tennessee play Cleveland. But come on out. I got two big screens, HD, surround sound, which is kicking. I just added EQ to my system, and man, made a heck of a difference. It jams now. So we have surround sound, HD, tailgate buffet, beer specials. What do you need? Big screens. Okay, we're done. What else you gonna do to watch the game? Come to Hutchins. Thanks, guys. Say goodnight, Ted. Good night, Ted.
Good night.
Okay. Let's see if anyone watched it yet. Except one guy. I think I recorded that to my page. Maybe not. Let's see. Yeah. Hello.
Can't you share
Yeah,
it
that's all
with?
I do. Yeah.
I'll share it to my page.
Okay, we're still recording. I'll have to edit this out of there. I didn't want to start it all over again.
Yeah.
Now, this is fantasy football, the kickoff inauguration day one, and already I thought I made some brilliant moves trading. Well, I don't know about that. But I made some stupid moves, cutting a couple guys that are kicking butt today. But you never know. That's the name of the game. The guys I got might kick butt later on. But how I had Marquise Brown, Antonio Brown's little cousin. Let's see what he has so far. How many points? It's halftime, right? He has 34.70 points. I dropped him.
Come on now, help me.
Right? Well, I saved Deshaun Jackson. He has 20.30 points, so that can change. My guys were doing okay, but I mean, who knew that kid was going to be that good right off the bat? I'll tell you what's killing me: Philadelphia's defense.
Oh my! Tell me about it.
Ain't that the truth? Philadelphia. This is the Philadelphia kid here.
Yeah.
One of these days, Ted's going to move on from Hutch's and probably open up a chain of restaurants anchored in Philly. He'll be like the next Emerald. He's too young to know who Emerald is. He'll be like Bobby Flay.
Yeah. Gordon Ramsay over here.
Gordon Ramsay. I'd be called Gordon Ramsay because I'm grouchy.
No, not all the time, Albie. Sometimes, but.
I don't know. I was kidding. I think I'm a sweetheart.
Sometimes.
Well, at least I'm genuine, right?
Yeah.
Iced tea. Iced tea. So we're watching the games. I have the sound down. It won't come through on this, but I got some kick butt surround sound going on too.
Well, that's the number one thing you have to do here in your own end zone. However, it's a play action, developing down the field. You're used to having a little bit of time. Cameron Wake, outstanding in that first half. I mean, really, what a pickup right there.
Who wants to hear loud Tony Romo?
I don't know.
So now we have surround sound. I have two big screens, one 47-inch, nowadays that's average, and one 75-inch. Even by today's standard, that's big time, right?
I wish I had one of them up in my bedroom. Sit up there playing video games on that all night.
Well, the big screen was, I don't want to say a gift. I haven't made payment yet to Joe Chomiak. There's a good friend of mine, Dr. Joe Chomiak, in town. he donated it to Hutch's till I figure a way to, I'm going to trade him something for it. He bought this TV. He was going to use it. Then he didn't have any use for it. So I told him I was looking to get a big screen. He was like, just come get this one, Albie. It's sitting in my closet, in my shop, my doctor's office. I was okay. So I thought, okay, I wanted to get this. I said, hey, Ted, I called Teddy up. Ted, let's go get this TV. When we go down there, it was bigger and almost didn't fit the bed of my truck.
That thing was massive.
It's massive. In the box, I mean, the box made it even more massive. We get it in here. So you tell the story, Ted.
So,
Get closer so you can hear it.
we brought the TV in here through the side door, and the box was almost taller than me, and I'm a pretty tall dude here, and that box was very, very confusing to open and everything too, and it was pretty heavy. We almost thought the TV wasn't gonna fit where we put it, but
We looked at it and we thought, it'll fit. Then I don't think it's gonna fit. Then it'll fit. So we put the feet on it, which we couldn't find the screws. And that was a pain in the butt.
yeah, it took a little bit, but we found them.
So we put the screws on, put the feet on, and I said, okay, Ted, we're gonna try and put it up there. I'm not sure it's gonna fit. I thought it might hit the ceiling. It clears with like that much space.
Like there's like barely any room up there between the ceiling and the TV. It's crazy.
This TV actually looks like I measured the space, or I had a professional come in, and I said, this is how much area I have, and I need to stay on that. It's on a piano as this TV stand, like the other one was. Same piano, but I didn't want to move that because it raises the TV and it looks good and it's been around as part of Hutch's, and I wouldn't know what to do with it if I had to move that piano anyway. But I would have to get the TV in there, but it wouldn't have looked as good. I was gonna put it on a different table. And long story short, I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, boy, I hope this thing fits. And we lifted up there, and you know, number one, it was heavy. But number two, you got to be careful. You don't put any pressure on the front to crack the glass. You gotta see it's heavy. It's not fragile, but you have to handle it delicately.
It's awkward to carry.
Very awkward. Very awkward. Just like Ted used to be. He's coming out of his shell. Ted used to be awkward, but Ted's the man now.
Yeah.
Anyway, we lifted up there, and I'm like, Ted, it fit. And then it took us a while to figure it out. It took me a while to figure out how to do the audio out because it's a different setup than other sets I've used in the past. But I finally got it all figured out, and Ted helped me do a lot of stuff around here, and that was one of the big ones, getting that TV in here, because it made today. Well, there's nobody here but me and Ted, but it made today possible. Why don't you go get yourself a hot dog, Ted?
You know, I think I may just do that, Albie.
I got some nice hot dogs. I love those. They call them Boston or New England hot dog buns. You know how they're not like a regular hot dog bun. They're more like a slice of bread, and then it's rolled, and it's like bread on both sides. And if you've ever had a lobster roll, that's the sort of bun they use. I don't know. I just think that they're friend, as my old buddy Mike Zavada would have said, they're gooder than hell. That was one of his lines, gooder than hell. Anyway, yeah, we got the dogs today. It's gonna be every Sunday or every Steeler game. We'll do it Thursday nights too. I would like to even have the podcast here going every Sunday and Thursday nights. This is a perfect little setup right here on the corner of the bar. You can see the TVs. People can rap. They can they can come up here and sit down, and I can talk to them about whatever's happening or what's going on in their lives or their football, like their opinions on Antonio Brown. What do you think about what can Brown do for you? I'll tell you what, Antonio Brown was on my fantasy team. I drafted him only because I went running back. I drafted number 10, and I was on the swing in a 10-man league, and everybody, it was thin getting there, and the receivers were gone, and the backs were low. So I took Joe Mixon. He was the last top 10 back, not top 10, but like high-end back, workhorse back. So I had Joe Mixon, and I was coming around, and I went WR1 / tight end 1, Travis Kelce, which he'll give me the same kind of figures, same kind of numbers that a tight end or a one. So it's a win-win. I like to go strong in my tight end if I can, because it's anybody that does football, fantasy football, knows that the tight end position is one of the thinnest out there for producers. So if you're able to fill one with one of the top 3 or 4 tight ends, it helps your team. As long as you are able to not cripple your team in other positions. Anyway, I needed I needed a receiver, and it snakes. So I got 10th pick, 11th pick, and then I'm all the way 3rd round. It's the 30th pick. There's no receivers left. I'll take Antonio Brown. He's still sitting on the board because we're here in Pittsburgh, and everyone hates the guy, right? So I took Antonio Brown, and I thought, that's a good pick. Then I picked Chris Carson, then Adam Thielen, and I had a nice. I had Josh Gordon. I traded Josh Gordon away. I made a bunch of trades before the season started. Here's my lineup. Tell me what you think. Eat that hot dog. You tell me how it is, Ted, after I finish this.
After?
I'm going to tell them my lineup. You devour that dog, then we'll talk about the dog.
All right.
So while I'm talking about the football, you can watch Ted eat this hot dog. I have Deshaun Watson as my quarterback. Antonio Brown as my wide receiver 1, who's now with the Patriots, so he'll be a badass. Marvin Jones, always scores high. Deshaun Jackson. Then I got in a trade for Adam Thielen. I had Adam Thielen, I traded him for David Johnson. So I was able to jump back up into a first-round running back at the expense of a top-flight receiver. But then I was starting to panic because then Antonio Brown gets cut, and I didn't know where my receiving corps was going to be. But unfortunately, things turned around in my favor. So I have David Johnson, Joe Mixon, Travis Kelce, flex. I can work with anybody, but I put in Marquise Valdez-Scantling this week, and he was the only receiver on Green Bay that did anything against the Bears. So he covered his points. Then I have Chris Carson in my other flex. So my RBs, David Johnson, Joe Mixon, Chris Carson. Not bad. And on my bench, I have Derrick Henry and Justice Hill. Not bad. Prescott is my backup QB. I'm not going to talk about the backup, all that stuff. I have Pittsburgh as my primary defense, but I picked up Philadelphia to play this week, and they're getting bombed because Pittsburgh's playing the Patriots. I should have followed my gut and stayed with the Patriots, and then Pittsburgh defense gets Patriots because I have a hell of a gut. Don't I, Ted? Yeah. This guy's fired. No, I'm kidding. All right. How was that hot dog, Ted?
That hot dog was pretty good, Albie.
Not bad?
Mm-hmm.
You should put chili cheese on it.
Let me tell you, Albie, that chili's really good. I just wasn't...
Not in the mood. I get it.
Not in the mood right now.
I had 2 dogs today. I'm a ketchup onion guy. Would you just put onions ketchup?
Yeah. That's what I usually do, just onions and ketchup.
Yeah, that's my favorite. I like that on hamburgers, too. My dad used to, when he was, well, he's been dead now 27 years, but when he was living, there was a little place in Uniontown that we would go to, It's gone now, but it was called. Remarkably, it was called Teddy's.
Oh, really?
It's called Ted's. It was on 51, but it was an old style bar. You know the cool old places where the old back bar, all that old wood. Had a deli in the front. You walk through the deli to go back to the bar area, and there was pictures of sports guys, boxers, that kind of stuff on the walls, and World War One photos, and I mean just classic old school place. But they cooked behind the bar. They had a big flat top back there, and they made these terrific hamburgers on these long rolls. They weren't not on a round roll, but a long roll, skinny long roll, almost a French bread, but not quite a French bread, but still, because it was soft, but it was long, and they would toast it on the grill and make these long hamburgers, and I always had ketchup and onions. Well, my dad said, "Get us 2 of them, ketchup and onions." This is when I was a kid, and we kept going there for years. We used to be, when I was a kid, he'd have a draft beer in those little glasses. They give you this little glass of beer. Yeah, he'd get like a pitcher in those little glasses. And I'd get a Pepsi, Coke or whatever. Then when I was 21 and we were going out as men, I'd have a beer. We'd have a beer and eat a couple of those sandwiches. They were great. Ketchup, but I think that's where my ketchup and onion thing came about. There's something about that combination, like that sweet and that little crunchy, oniony. I don't know. Well, I'm a ketchup and onion guy. My mother's a mustard and relish woman. You a ketchup and onion guy? How about your family?
Well, I mean, I'm really not sure, honestly. I'll be there. They just like to
Mix it up?
Yeah, mix it up. Like, sometimes my little brother will put mustard on sandwiches, and sometimes he'll put ketchup, and he's just real confusing. Because, like, you never know what he really is going to put on a hot dog or a hamburger or anything.
Project your voice a little bit more, Tim. Talk up, because this mic's going to pick up me and you equally.
Alright.
Okay?
Alright.
Yeah. This is the first podcast Ted and I have had. I think we're going to make a good team. This might be, I'm trying to set up where I'm going to do a podcast at least 2 or 3 a week, and different guests. Ted's going to, we'll be up at the, in the studio, as I call it. If you've been to Hutch's lately, you'll see I have the dining room is set up where I used to where I have had it wasn't really a stage, but it was a stage, and it wasn't being used, but I would keep things on it, and I decided to turn it into my little studio. So I have a podcast studio up there, and it's in there all the time. I work with these iPads, so I'm able to kind of move around, go mobile with it around different spots, and right now I'm at the bar. It's the first time I've done. It's not really a remote, but it's in a different spot at Hutch's. So we're working out of Hutch's at the bar while we got the game on. It's the Browns and the Titans right now because I have Derrick Henry and I want to see just how he does. Yeah.
Sounds like a perfect setting to me, Albie.
Ted's the man. Ted's a natural.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn Ted into a first-class chef and a TV personality. So whenever Ted's on the food channel, Food Network, I want him to look back at this podcast and go, yeah.
Yeah. How are we doing that? Yeah.
No, Ted's delightful. I really like Ted. He's been getting on my case to do a podcast for about 2 months. Like,
Yeah.
when are we gonna do this podcast? When are we gonna do this podcast?
It's been a while now.
Yeah, well, I don't always have my equipment
Yeah.
up at the thing set up to do it, and he comes in, after the shift's over, after we're done working, and I'll say, let's do the podcast, and I'd have to go home and get the like right now I'm working with 2 iPads, a Pro and a small one, and like I'll give you for example, we're just working with one view right now, but because it's a little bit, but now we're still recording, but see, yeah, we're on way. There we go. Okay, well the heck, I like the other view better. That's why we're doing that. But just to give you an idea how I do my podcast. This is a mic. This mic is a Blue Yeti Pro, which means I'm able to use it both with a USB out and an XLR out. When I'm up at the studio, I have everything piped in to a small audio interface, and I'm able to control the gains, and everything's XLR. But coming over to the bar, I can put it right into this with an adapter, and now we can go mobile. So you know what that means? That means anywhere that there's Wi-Fi. Plus, I can also create my own mini Wi-Fi, but Wi-Fi network with it. I have a device that allows me to do that. It's a storage device. So that means we can go anywhere and do a podcast. Ted might be my what do you be?
The podcast connoisseur, I'll be.
Podcast connoisseur. Ted Kramer.
Yeah.
And I have other people that I want to do podcasts with. I did one with Sam Cooke. He was great. I did one with Sean Lowry. These 2 guys are friends of mine for a long time. We can talk forever. They both have their quirks and they both have their strengths, and they're fun to listen to. I did one with I did a couple with some candidates for county commissioner. I did a Vince Vacides, who is the county commissioner. I did a couple of Scott Dunns, a couple of Kevin Jones. I did the Appalachian Creativity Center, the 2 girls that work down there. Who else did I do? I feel like I'm missing somebody. I'm supposed to do Logan Mullins. You hear that, Logan?
You hear that, Logan?
I think you guys, the 3 of us, could team up and we can talk.
I think that would be a pretty good podcast.
That'd be fun. We can do that at the studio. I can do mic 2 guys at one time. That'd be fun. So we got a lot of stuff going on here at Hutch's, even though right now, I mean, it's only 10 after 3 in the afternoon. This is the first time I've done this football thing. I didn't expect to have anybody here, considering it's an 8 o'clock game. Since Steelers start at 8. If it would have been a 1 o'clock game, I think I'd had some people come out today. But since it's 8 o'clock game, I'm not. Hopefully tonight I'll have a few, and if not, I understand that because people have to work tomorrow. But we're here anyway because if I say we're going to be open, I try to be open. Yeah.
That's right there, Albie.
Ted has a great family. His dad Joe is cool as hell, but he's a giant. He's a giant. I mean, Ted's a big kid. But
ginormous.
But when Joe comes in, it's like an eclipse. he blocks the sun. But anyway, Ted's mom, Leanne, she's a Facebook friend. She's a very nice lady. And Ted has 2 younger brothers. I don't know them very well. I've met them, but I can't really formulate an opinion on them.
Yeah. He hasn't been around them as much as he's been around me.
Well, Ted, I met Ted. His mother asked me to go to he was at he works culinary arts at Votech, and his mother asked me to go take my mother. They did a Thanksgiving Day kind of like brunch a couple years ago. So, you know, I was honored that she asked me. So I took my mom, and we went up there, and I took Ted a little knife set as a congratulatory gift. And I got a picture of Ted, and we're shaking hands at the buffet station, and I'm about 3 inches taller than Ted. Now, if we stand up, Ted's got me by 3 inches. Guy shot up like 6 inches in like a year.
I mean, I could probably find that picture real quick, Albie, if you wanna.
Yeah, okay. Let Ted look for it. Anyway, I have it too, but I don't know if it's on this phone. But that was cool. So I've known Teddy a long time, and I like Ted. Ted's a good soul, good man. He's gonna be, he's you forget how young he is because he's such a big presence. But he's going to be 17. I'm really happy that Ted's around here. Ted brings a whole new.
I'm happy to be here also, Albie.
I mean, he's like he wanted to be the Incredible Hulk, but I told him that's already taken up because I go by the Incredible Hulk. So he's not gonna get it. He can't be the Incredible Hutch even. He's not gonna be able to take that. But even though he deserves it, but I had dibs, and I'm the boss.
Yeah.
So we need to get a new name for Ted. Ted is a behemoth though. God, Philadelphia defense stinks. Yeah. Deshaun Jackson, 34 points now. What the heck? I almost traded the guy. I would have if I'd have traded Deshaun Jackson. I had him out there on a trading block. We proposed a couple of trades. If I'd have traded him, and they would have taken it, I would have been upset. So let me see where my matchup is. Okay. Well, I'm still underperforming, but I've caught up quite a bit. The thing is, he has 1, 2, 3, 4 players going. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players going. But none of my big names are playing yet, so I think I'll be all right. I mean, I'm not getting. I don't know if I'm going to win, but I think my team will be all right. I'm playing a fella named Mark, who comes into the Hutches now. He's the only new man in our league. Good guy. I really don't want to lose to him. The inaugural, the first game he plays, considering he's a newbie. I don't want to lose to him. Of course, I don't want to lose to any of them, but especially that one. Find that picture, Ted.
I did not. I'm looking for it here. I know it's here somewhere. I'll find it.
I like Ted. Ted gives me I don't know. He's eager to be here. He wants to be here.
I can't find it, Albie.
Well, if I find it, maybe I'll put it for the cover page of our thing, or I'll edit it into it.
Yeah. I know I have it. I'm trying to think. Was that 2016?
Probably. Maybe could have been 15. No,
Sure.
it couldn't have been. That's too long. 19. It wouldn't be. 3 years ago sounds about right. I'll tell you what, Deshaun Jackson seems like a nice pickup. He's covering for me. I need that guy. 34.60 points. 2 TDs. I need Kelce to pick it up a little bit, though. He's a dragon. Mark Andrews, tight end for the Ravens. I picked him up, I just need a backup tight end, and he's been ranked to be surprisingly good with Lamar Jackson. He's doing well today, 6 of 6. I picked him up just before kickoff. I think I did a wise move there, because if I would have let that go, I think somebody else would have probably snuck in on waivers and taken Mark Jackson from me, or Mark Andrews. I had Lamar Jackson. He's destroying the field today, but it's against the Dolphins. I traded Lamar Jackson for Dak Prescott. I don't know why. I mean, they're both essentially the same kind of guy, but I just think Dak has some more experience and has a better team around him. Offense. So I thought I'm going to go with the Dak Prescott route. I'm glad I did, but judging by today's game, Lamar Jackson's no slouch. But there again, like I said, he's playing Miami, and Miami is Miami's not too good. Let's say this year defense. Miami's leaves a lot to be desired.
I'll have to look for it later.
Okay, you can send it to me.
I will. I know I have it. I just don't know where it's at.
Yeah. If you erase it, I have it. I'll send it to you when I find it.
Or I'll just have my mom send it to me, because I'm pretty sure
She has it too.
she might. Probably. I don't know.
Who was that caught the ball for Cleveland?
I'm not sure.
Joku? I think so. No joke, you.
Yeah, no joke, you. Will they make the field goal? What do you think, Alvin?
No, that's an extra point.
I had a feeling they'd make it.
Yeah. Yeah, no joke, you.
No joke, you. I told you, Albie. No joke, you. Is that how you say it? I don't know.
No joke, Hoke.
No joke, Hoke.
Okay, Ted, tell me about how the classes you're taking this semester. Or this year.
This year? Do you want me to tell you,
Just tell me.
like, the order I take these classes, or?
Tell me what they are and how much you like them.
Well, I mean.
Or dislike them.
Alright. I think the dislike will be easier for me. But at the beginning of the day, I walk up to the tag team. I'm up there all day. I walk up there and I have to go to health class. And I mean, I really don't mind health class. It can be boring, but it's pretty easy if you just pay attention. And then after that, I have study hall, which it's self-explanatory. You really don't got to do a lot, so it's not too hard. And then after study hall, I have some geometry, which honestly, I find like math and all that stuff a lot easier to me. So that's one of my like strong suits. And then after geometry, I have world cultures, which is pretty much a history class.
Yeah, I remember world culture. I liked world culture.
Yeah, it's pretty easy, and the teacher's really nice too. So that's one thing I like about school, is like when the teachers are nice and they don't just yell at you and everything all the time. Like I like not laid back, but one that doesn't just get mad for any reason and try to make it like fun for the students to learn also. But after world culture,
So they teach all classes up at the tech now?
they don't teach them all up there, Albie. Like some you have to go down to the high school for, because how it is, they have to have a certain amount of people that need to take a class and go up tech all day to have that class up there. So if they don't have enough people, then they'll just send them to the high school for that class.
Okay, well, when you said you're at the tech all day long, I didn't know what you meant by that.
Yeah. Like they have academics up there, but it just depends on like what kind of academics you're taking. Like it's kind of confusing. There's one math teacher up there, so I believe she only teaches geometry and algebra 2, I believe. So if you had to take algebra 1 or something, you'd have to go to the high school. But if you had to take geometry and you wanted to go up to the tech all day, you could just take geometry up at the tech.
The same teacher, or do they have different teachers?
Well, I mean, it's not all the same teacher. There's like 1 to 2 teachers for most subjects.
Okay.
And it's the teachers that are up at the tech, they don't have to like go down to the high school to teach a class. They have like the tech teachers are up at the tech all day, and then the high school teachers are at the high school. Now sometimes there will be assemblies at the high school where the kids that go up tech all day have to go down to the high school, but other than that, they really don't have to go to the high school. So they could just get off their bus, or if they drive up to the tech and just walk straight in there. It's pretty easy once you get used to it.
Sounds good. I mean, everything works for you then?
Yeah.
So what grade are you in now, Ted?
I'm in 11th grade.
11th grade. Guy's in 11th grade.
Can't wait to graduate though. I'll be here all the time, Albie.
That's good. I don't know. I hope Teddy gets a job. A great job out of high school. But if he doesn't, he's welcome here for as long as we're here. Because Ted's he's a fixture. I mean, I want Ted to succeed. I want him to go on in life and succeed. But it's not as easy to just jump into things like it used to be. But he I mean, I can see him running my kitchen for me someday. I've been doing it now for sort of 92. This is 27 years. Yeah, I've been running the kitchen for 27 years. Is it 27? Yeah, 27 years. And I've been back there every night. But the problem is, it's hard for me to find somebody that I think that would take the same kind of pride and take the, I'm particular. And maybe in a couple years, Ted will be there and help me out. We'll find out.
Definitely, I'll be.
Then Ted could boss everyone around and be the grouch instead of me being the grouch.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to be the grouch.
I volunteer.
I've already witnessed him in the kitchen start to throw his weight around whenever he's back there. Ted doesn't have a problem telling people what to do.
No, I mean, I don't like to tell people what to do, but
That's not what I said. Sometimes you gotta tell people what to do. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to.
Right. I tell I work with Ted. I usually sit on the side. I handle all the charcoal and stuff, and I'll watch Ted do the fry, and I'll give him a few pointers here or there or whatever, and I can tell sometimes he doesn't like that. He gets kind of bothers him, but he's learning. I would tell anybody, if you're not doing it right, you got to do, then he knows what he's doing the next time, right?
Yeah.
A lot of stuff. It's just the things I've learned from doing it for 27 years. So I'm partaking. He's taking a shortcut. He's getting the knowledge in 1 year that I've had in 27 years.
And I mean, sometimes, Albie, you gotta be told what you need to do and everything
Right.
to know how to do it and get it done the right way instead of.
In our kitchen, the chef, myself, assistant chef, Ted, I don't have an expediter. I have a small kitchen. I've worked in kitchens where you have that expediter, the person who works between the wait staff and the kitchen staff, and expedites the food. Well, the chef has to do that here because it's a small establishment, small setup. But I want it to run smoothly. So sometimes you gotta expedite. You gotta tell people like, hey, this needs done. This needs to go out. This needs done. What goes with this? What instead of having that go between, you're the go between. Mm-hmm. And Ted's learning that sometimes whenever you think, well, I have a demeanor that a lot of people think I'm yelling or I'm being mean or crabby, when I'm not. It's just because I'm a big brute myself, and I have a deep voice, and I can come off as being intense.
Yeah, if anything, I'll be just trying to make sure everybody's doing good at what they're doing. He's not mean about it or anything. He just.
Well, I want everybody on the same page, and when it's a busy night, it's a smaller kitchen, and there's a lot of activity going on, and somebody has to direct traffic. And when Ted first started, he thought I was yelling at him. He took things personally, and now I think he realizes that there's a reason I'm doing it. I'm not picking on him. I'm not picking on anybody. I'm like, hey, you got to pick up this end. You got to do this. This needs done. It's because I see that's ready to go out. This needs, and we need to get this ready so that can go out. And I'm not yelling like, hey Ted, get that ready. I'm just like, I'm doing a million things. My mind's going a million times a minute, and I see what needs to be done. So I'll say, hey, now let's do this. Let's do that. Ted used to. He's growing a thicker skin, which for a 16-year-old guy, he's doing well.
Let me tell you, Albie, when I first started here, I was like a little bit flustered. I'll admit that, because I've never worked like a real job before. I've just like helped out and all that stuff. So this was like a new experience, and I'm thankful that you were welcoming and letting me come here and help you. And this has opened my eyes to like a whole nother side of, instead of just going out to a restaurant and eating, it's like you gotta understand what they go through in the back to make that plate of food. Because sometimes it's not always smooth and everything. You just gotta understand that it's not always gonna
Well, that's a valuable point, very valid in the way that I mean, because people will come in here and complain. I could be busy. I could have the entire dining room full, swamped with checks, and one table will complain that their food's taking so long.
But they don't realize
they don't know what's going
on behind the scenes.
Right, and say they want a fillet. Our fillets are 3 inches thick. Yeah, fillet medium well. Well, number one, it's probably going to take 30 minutes to char grill it, depending on temperature, properly. And I can't get it on the grill right away because my grill's filled. And then they complain, and the waitress might say, "Oh, they're throwing a fit. They have to be somewhere." And I'm like, why would you order a meal that is going to take at least 30 minutes to cook, and the place is packed, and if you have somewhere to be? People don't, unless you work this industry, you have no idea what goes into food preparation. To keep make sure everything's safe, clean, sanitized. You can't work sloppy. Everything has to be done right off the bat, and all that stuff takes more time, more preparation, and we cook things to order here. I other than soup and the chili, which I'm going to have, and salads. Like a regular salad, but if you want chicken or steak, everything is cooked to order. It's not. There's nothing sitting there on a hot table that we can throw on a plate. Now, granted, I'd say if you wanted some things take shorter time than others, but then you have to realize if you order something that only takes a few minutes to cook, and then somebody else orders a steak well done in the same table, you have to wait and take into consideration how long that steak is going to take, because the steak is served at the same time of the other plate. So I would have the steak on and time it with the other one. So you could be sitting at a table of 8 people and say, "Hey, where's my food?" When it's not my fault. It's the fact that somebody ordered something that takes 30 minutes to cook. So I can't help. If all you wanted was cheese fries,
oh my!
Then tell the waitress, "I'm in a hurry. All I want is cheese fries," because the cheese fries only take a few minutes. But if somebody else is ordering a well done steak, that takes a while. And when I get the slips in the kitchen, I time them to come out all at the same time. So if you're in a hurry and all you want is a bowl of French onion soup, tell them that make that come out first, and I got to roll or something like that. People don't realize that though.
Yeah, some people I feel like they think stuff just comes out like lickety split, like as soon as
I think we're pretty fast on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I think we're pretty fast too, and we always get everything done. It may not be at the exact time people want it to be done, but we always get it done.
Right. Like I have a nice system for wings on Thursdays. We do wings. I've gone to places and order wings, and you order wings, and it might be a half hour or 45 minutes till your wings come out. I don't want to say that drives me crazy, but I could see a lot of people get mad at that.
Yeah.
So I tried to work up a system, where we par cook them, and then we finish them off when it's time for sauce, and it doesn't take long at all for us to put the wings out, comparatively so.
Yeah.
If we're busy, but there again, some people will come in, order wings, and someone else at the table orders a steak. We're not going to send the wings out before the steak goes out because they're eating together. Well, then they'll say, "All I ordered was wings." Well, dude, tell me you want the wings first.
Yeah.
Or tell the waitress.
Yeah.
What do you think? I think Tennessee's coming back here.
Yeah, I think Tennessee can pull it off, honestly, Albie.
Maybe Cleveland isn't all they're cracked up to be this year.
You never know.
Because Tennessee was the underdog here. They're up by 9 with 14 minutes. Let me check. I gotta check my fantasy football.
You never know. Anything could turn around in the end, Albie. Tennessee could be up 30-5, and then Cleveland could just come around and get like 22 touchdowns and win the whole game.
That's life.
And my mom always tells me, like, sometimes when we watch the Steelers games at home, I'll be like, oh, the Steelers are winning this game. And then she'll always yell at me, and she'll say, oh, don't be too quick to judge or something like that. Anything can happen. And then the Steelers will end up losing. Like, I mean, that's just how it goes sometimes. Like,
What do you think of this game tonight? I know you're not a huge sports fan, like football fan, but you know the Steelers are playing the Patriots.
really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I knew they were playing the Patriots, but what are they in Pittsburgh or are they
They're playing in Boston. It's tonight at 8 o'clock. It'll be a good game.
You know, honestly, Albie, if I had to pick and choose about that game, I don't want to say it, but I feel like the Patriots would pull it off.
Considering they're in Foxborough, yeah, it'll be tough for Pittsburgh to win.
And especially because in the recent years they've been in the playoffs and all that stuff a lot.
Well, at least the Steelers have that. I got hiccup. Sorry, guys. At least the Steelers have a new look defense.
Yeah.
So hopefully they can figure Tom Brady out. And we're getting, we're getting to see the Steelers or the Patriots without Antonio Brown to come back and bite us in the rear end.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it'll be a pretty close game tonight, Albie. But you guys know what you should really do. You should come out to Hudson's Tap Room on Sundays and watch the football games.
Ted's my best advertiser.
Yeah.
Shameless plug, Ted.
Oh, what? You may as well cut that part out, Albie.
Yeah, they won't see it. The mic's in the way.
I forgot. You see that touchdown there, Albie?
I'll tell you what, Tennessee looks good.
Who do
All
you
you
think will
got-
be in the Super Bowl, Albie?
Super Bowl. Who do I think is going to be in the Super Bowl? Good question. Let's say Kansas City. Kansas City and Green Bay. Kansas City, Green Bay. Dang. Two old school teams with a lot of NFL history. Kansas City, Green Bay. And I'm going to pick Green Bay in a upset to win 28-24.
28-24. You got it all down on the numbers and everything.
Hey, man. If that happens, I'm going to poop my pants. Okay, we're going to put this on pause now for a while. We can always start up again. I'm going to shut her down now. Try to get rid of these hiccups.
All right.
Okay?